From Ka'anapali Beach on the island of Maui, Hawaii, the 7th annual Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic. This sports exclusive is brought to you by Western Airlines with all DC-10 spaceships to Hawaii. Hello, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins along with John Newcombe, and welcome to the finals of the Island Holidays Tournament. John, Tim Wilkison and Elliot Teltscher. For Wilkison, really a Cinderella story. He has had to play 7 matches. He has had to go through the qualifying. He obviously is the sentimental favorite today.
When I see something like this, Barry, I think back to John McEnroe when he got to the semi-final of Wimbledon. I think it was 1977 or 78, and he came through the qualifying rounds there and got to the semi-final of Wimbledon. Tim's had to come through the qualifying in this tournament. He wasn't even thinking of getting through to the final. He got through the qualifying. He's been playing some great tennis since then, and he deserves to be in the final. He's an eager young kid, very fit, and he'll chase every ball. Likes a fast surface, I should say. I know he's played well on grass in the past, played well at Newport, and actually beat Guillermo Vilas at Wimbledon. Yes, he has beaten Vilas at Wimbledon in the past, and left-hander, slides the serve away, likes to come to the net and attack, but he'll serve and stay back sometimes too. Basically, he'll be trying to get to the net, but he's going to have a tough job getting to the net because the guy that he's playing against passes pretty well. Let's talk about Elliot Teltscher for a minute. This is his 2nd final in a row. Right now, you would have to say he's one of the hottest players on the circuit. He is. He's really jumped up in the rankings, and I think that after he's 13th in the world coming into this tournament, and I think this will probably bring him into about 11th position in the world. He stands a real good chance at this stage of making the Grand Prix Masters final in January in Madison Square Garden. So this is a big match for Elliot Teltscher. He wants to win this one. That'll help him on the climb to the right to the top. I saw in print somewhere a comparison of Elliot Teltscher to Bobby Riggs. Do you see that at all? No, I think Bobby Riggs hit the ball with a little more touch and tried to control the game in a different way. Elliot likes to pound the ball from the back of the court. He will come to the net. Basically, he likes to stay on the baseline, though, and really hit the ball hard from that position. He will move to the net behind big drives. We'll see him on the baseline hitting some backhands that I don't really believe when I see them. He has a great backhand down the line off a short ball, and that's one of the toughest shots in tennis to hit, the straight drive down the line from the backhand wing. He just hits that, and he jumps it right in the corner every time. It's a very deceiving shot because you just don't think it's on. Not many people can play it. Let's talk for just one moment about the heat here in Maui. It is unquestionably hot, even for the islands. Yes, it is, and the sun this morning is it's a burning sun this morning. It's coming through and it's burning the skin. But these guys have played through a week of this temperature now. They're acclimatized in body-wise to the temperature. What kills you out there really is not the hot sun. It's when your body temperature overheats. But once you get through a week of tennis, if you survive that, you're pretty used to it. I don't think condition will be a big factor. Both guys can last. All that's left now is just to get to it, and we'll be doing that. Tim Wilkison and Elliot Teltscher in the final right after this.
Being there together, it's still the best. Our job is helping you get there. Western Airlines can take you to all the places you've always dreamed about. Hawaii, Mexico, the Bahamas. And now we're going to London non-stop from Anchorage and direct from Honolulu.
Let your travel agent in Western save you money on airfares, hotels, just about everything. We can help you have that vacation you never thought you could afford this year.
That's the Western way.
When John Newcombe comes to Hawaii to play tennis, where does he head? Straight for the neighbor islands and the championship courts at AmFac Resorts. Here's why. We've got some of the best equipped tennis facilities in all the islands. Top pro instructors and pro shops. Clinics. Tournaments. Ball throwing machines. The works. The 11-court Royal Lahaina Tennis Ranch on spectacular Ka'anapali Beach, Maui is a good example. You won't find a more modern or extensive tennis complex anywhere in Hawaii. Then there's the Cocoa Palms on Kauai, with its 2,000 coconut trees, lazy lagoons, and 9 championship tennis courts. If you're heading toward the Big Island, we have 2 hotels on the Kona coast offering perfect playing weather and 9 beautiful courts. When you go to Hawaii, tell your travel agent you want to play where the pros play. AmFac Resorts, Hawaii.
Tim Wilkison will serve first. First game, first set. Wilkison in the near court, and that is Teltscher in the far court. Clear winner that time for Wilkison, being very aggressive, and Teltscher too early on being quite aggressive.
15 love.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to take the short ball, move to the net. Thought he would have come in on Wilkison's backhand though, which is probably a little weaker than his forehand side.
Wilkison coming to the net, trying to take advantage of his quickness. Very aggressive player.
Might have a look, Barry, at Elliot Teltscher's stance as he receives serve. It's a very unusual one. He has the left foot in front of the right foot as if he's about to start off in a race. It's, I don't know anybody else that stands in that position. After he adopts that service receiving position, he, as the ball's hit, he comes back to a normal position with the both feet level. I always wondered why he did that. I must ask him sometime. My thought is it might be because his backhand is a little more natural than his forehand. He feels more comfortable hitting backhands, and he may do it as a psychological reflex to get him thinking on his forehand side, get your side around.
And a double fault for Wilkison, who it seems
was a very unusual double fault too. The second serve hit the baseline. That indicates to me there may be just a little bit of nerves down there, because he probably hasn't served a serve like that in his whole life. You don't miss a second serve by about 20 feet.
That time both players content to stand on the baseline, bang away at each other.
That's the type of game that Teltscher would probably prefer to, as the match develops. The longer the rally goes on, I think he's probably a little more solid taking both forehand and backhand together.
So a confidence builder for Wilkison as he managed to hold service. That's got to help him a little bit. He's the youngest player in the tournament. I don't know if we've mentioned that. We'll take another look, John.
Well, these guys are so fit, and look at Teltscher. He had no hope of reaching that, but he ran for it anyway and almost pulled it off.
Let's move ahead now in the first set. This tournament especially has spawned the unexpected. Billy Scanlon, of course, won the tournament 2 years in a row. He's been an adopted son here in Maui. And for Wilkison just to get as far as he has, I would think, really quite an accomplishment, because he's had to play 7 matches to get here.
Quiet, please.
Wilkison staying with it.
That was a smart play from Wilkison there when he comes in. It looks to all intent and purposes he's going to play a approach shot, and he comes up with the drop shot. Good court coverage too. Teltscher still trying to reach that ball.
That almost did
chance.
too.
Yeah. They'll run after everything.
$13-15.
A little bit long that time. It's 30-15. The comparison to Bobby Riggs that we spoke of with Elliot Teltscher may not be a fair comparison, but as far as being tenacious, I think it's a fair comparison.
Certainly is.
Teltscher that time playing a little more offensively, coming to the net, wins it with an overhead.
14-15.
Good court coverage from Wilkison himself, and he almost pulls off a great lob here from a tough position on the court.
Wilkison really giving Teltscher all he wants right now. The match just dead even so far. And there is a great point.
These guys are putting their hearts out there, I tell you that. You just can't get better rallies than this. They're all over the court. Crowd really appreciating the way these guys are putting out.
Aloha's got discount airfares for everybody, and our special family fare is just one of them. When you purchase one full fare adult ticket, the rest of your family can fly at a great discount. And with Aloha, budget rented cars got a special family fare too. Look for this poster at your travel agent and find out all about Aloha's great discount fares. Or call Aloha Airlines and let our spirit move you.
It's all up to you, and you're gonna do it, and everyone is with you all the way.
The spotlight's on you, and we'll all be behind you. We know today is gonna be your day.
Man, I'm leaving. No, listen, I get a chance to start my own shop, and if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it, so thank you for everything.
Give that man a blue ribbon. Give that man a blue ribbon. 'Cause that's the way of saying that you're really most impressed. Give that man a Pabst blue ribbon. 'Cause the same spirit that goes into wedding a blue ribbon goes into making Pabst blue ribbon beer.
I'm really gonna miss you guys.
Pabst blue ribbon beer.
So Teltscher holds his service. We are square at 4 here in the first set. This is the finals of the Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic. We're at the Royal Lahaina Stadium on the island of Maui.
Well, that's where this is where condition can play a little bit of a part. A long bruising rally like that, and you come up and 4 games all, and you got to serve. If you're not in great condition, you're going to lose the first couple of points because you're a little winded. Got to come back tough in those first couple of points in this game, from Wilkison's point of view as the server. All right,
and just as you were saying right there,
yeah, that's when you say to yourself, boy, I should have been doing an extra lap every time I was out running. There's nothing worse than when you're playing against a guy, you know, and you run him all over the court, and And he's obviously winded, and he comes back and just looks stronger than ever. I guess it's like a fighter hitting someone in the, good low shot, and he just laughs at you.
Teltscher.
15 all.
Teltscher seemingly had Wilkison out of position, did not make the shot. That's 15 all. Teltscher would have had to buy a ticket to return that shot. Thought about it, though.
Only guy with a chance of getting that one back, Barry, was Plastic Man. Reach up about 20 feet into the air. Passing shot.
Great passing shot by Wilkison. Teltscher playing a little bit more aggressively in this game, and Wilkison taking it right to him.
You see this approach shot from Teltscher. Doesn't land that deep in the court, and it didn't have enough pace on it. It gave Wilkison plenty of time to make the passing shot. He's got a good ball toss on his serve, Wilkison. Watch his right hand up where he releases the ball. He keeps that hand up in the air. Very important part of the serve, the ball toss.
They didn't call that out. Another great rally.
Yeah, I thought he'd made that passing shot then.
Ball's in, please.
Called out in the baseline. Here it comes. Must have just missed the baseline there.
Games are 6 all. We will now play a tiebreaker. Mr. Wilkison to serve the first point.
First service of the tiebreaker now. Wilkison serving to Teltscher.
Approach shot was not deep enough, did not have enough pace on it, and he paid the penalty.
And so the momentum right at the moment here goes to Elliot Teltscher. He leads in the tiebreaker. 1-love.
Oh, just a super effort to make that shot. It wasn't a good approach shot. He came to the net behind. You can see he just pushed that approach shot, floated it up. Teltscher made the right shot, but just that extra effort won Wilkison that point.
Lunged for it, got it, made a winner out of it.
Look at him jumping around.
It's 1-1.
He may cramp up jumping around at the back. Miss hit return.
And Teltscher puts it away. Teltscher leads the tiebreaker 2-1 now. Just amazed continually at how much the game of tennis is psychological, and especially when it gets down to this point here in a tiebreaker, it's so often that it's even more mental skills than physical skills that win it.
Well, that was a good approach shot. He had some slice on it. It faded away. The bounce was very low, and the ball was deep. Excellent approach shot.
2-all in the tiebreaker now. First set. Teltscher trying to hit it right down the line, hit it wide, and it's 3-2 for Wilkison. And we are now at 3-all, so things just about as even as they can be here in the first set. Neither player has really been able to take any kind of command at all in the match. Wind's starting to kick up just a little bit, but John, I don't really think that would have a great effect down on the floor. I don't know, you played down there.
It's not heavy enough at the moment to cause you any concern, except if you're going to put the ball high up in the air. It's a little blustery, maybe a bit hard to figure out. But it's been a great first set. Both guys playing real well. Not many unforced errors. Couldn't be more even. 6 games all, 3-all in the tiebreak.
Teltscher starting to get a little bit more control of his first service. He had been troubled with it throughout the middle part of the first set. Suffered a complete mental lapse and double faulted, and from that point on, that was in about the 6th game, I think, and from that point on, he was having all kinds of trouble in keeping his first service in. Now here in the tiebreaker, and in fact in his last service game, he was rather consistent in getting his first service in. And just as I say that, talk about consistency.
Well, that was a good serve. It was breaking away nice and deep. Had good action after it left the bounce, after the bounce. For all the nerves of both guys will be taut now, I tell you.
Got to be.
Oh, another extra effort volley from Wilkison.
Especially it came off a great shot by Teltscher.
Yeah, look at this shot from Teltscher, the passing shot. Watch Wilkison at the net. He's looking for the down the line one, but he thought it may be going across court. So he only made that volley through extra effort.
So Wilkison leads 5-4 in the tiebreaker here. Teltscher to serve. And that time Teltscher hit exactly the same shot he hit the time before, except that the time before Wilkison made the return and this time he didn't.
Boy, that was a good passing shot, though, under pressure. If he drops that point and he's down 6 points to 4, 2 set points against him, and he was behind the baseline when he had to make that passing shot.
And instead it's 5-5.
Wilkison will be looking for a short second serve here. He'd like to get this ball, I'm sure, and chip it and run to the net behind it.
Here he comes. And he got the shot he wanted, but he just didn't make the volley he wanted. So it is 6-5 Teltscher now.
Well, that was another good passing shot from Teltscher. Pressure now really swings back on Wilkison. Faces set point against him. He had a set point at 6-5 in this set, 6 games to 5. He's concentrating so hard he walked to the wrong side to serve to.
So it's set point for Elliot Teltscher off the serve of Tim Wilkison. And Wilkison really got the serve he wanted. It was a good deep first service, but Teltscher just stayed with it. Wins the first set 7-6. And a very, very well played first set for both men. Nobody lost it. Teltscher won it. And we'll be back with more from the Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic here at the Royal Lahaina Stadium in Maui right after this message.
When John Newcombe comes to Hawaii to play tennis, where does he head? Straight for the neighbor islands and the championship courts at AmFac Resorts. Here's why. We've got some of the best equipped tennis facilities in all the islands. Top pro instructors and pro shops. Clinics. Tournaments. Ball throwing machines. The works. The 11-court Royal Lahaina Tennis Ranch on spectacular Ka'anapali Beach, Maui is a good example. You won't find a more modern or extensive tennis complex anywhere in Hawaii. Then there's the Cocoa Palms on Kauai with its 2,000 coconut trees, lazy lagoons, and 9 championship tennis courts. If you're heading toward the Big Island, we have 2 hotels on the Kona coast offering perfect playing weather and 9 beautiful courts. When you go to Hawaii, tell your travel agent you want to play where the pros play. AmFac Resorts, Hawaii.
Let's pick up the action now in the second set.
Fine shot that time for Teltscher. It's not Wilkison's mishit. It was Teltscher's shot that forced that.
2 good passing shots here, one after another in a row. 2 on cross court, low to the forehand volley, giving Wilkison no chance to make the volley. Sets up a good position for Teltscher now. Set up 3-2, love 30. Tried the backhand topspin lob. That's a shot that 10 years ago you hardly ever saw it in the on the circuit. you saw forehand topspin lobs, but not backhand topspin lobs. And Santana in the middle 60s was one of the only players that could play it. And then Nastasi came along, and I think he really brought it into vogue.
And now you see it, I guess, just about every place. It's almost just a part of everybody's repertoire. Wilkison staying at it here. Lost the first 2 points of this service game for him. Has come back, take the next 2. It's level at 30. That's out. Wilkison took a quick look at it to make sure it was out. And it's 40-30. Teltscher doesn't think so, but in fact that was out.
Yeah, well, that ball landed just out there, and Teltscher has to watch out now because he's worrying about the linesmen and the umpires a little bit. It's just the heat, the pressure of the moment. He mustn't let the calls upset him.
Yeah. So Wilkison holds his own service again. It is 3-3.
Games are 3-all.
Meanwhile, here at Royal Lahaina, it is Wilkison serving to Teltscher and losing the first point of his service here. There has not been a service break in the second set. We're in the 8th game. Match that has been even right from the get-go. First set won by Elliot Teltscher in a tiebreaker. Both players playing very, very well. Well-earned point for Wilkison. It's 15-all.
Nice high lob from Teltscher. I thought Wilkison might have let that one bounce. When it gets so high and it's short, it's sometimes safer to let it bounce, but I guess he felt confident.
Fine shot that time for Teltscher. Could be a pivotal shot.
15-30.
As Wilkison runs into this shot, he has 2 options now. He can go down the line or cross court, and he obviously chose the wrong one. Little dink across court would have been the best shot there.
Teltscher anticipating and turned it into a winner. 15-30 now. And Wilkison short hopped that one. I think he might have thought it was going to go out, and when it didn't, he really did not hit the shot he wanted, and now he is faced with a double break point against him. And down to a second serve. Important break for Teltscher here. If he gets this break, he can serve for the match. And Wilkison hits it out, and that is a very, very big break in this match. First break of the second set couldn't come at a better time for Elliot Teltscher. He leads at 5-3, and he will serve for the match.
We'll return to the Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic after these messages. This is the TVS Television Network.
So Wilkison now faced with simply having to break back. There is no tomorrow for him right now. And a great get and a fine cross-court shot by Tim Wilkison.
Covering a lot of court coming from way behind the baseline. This time he picked the right way to go. Saw Teltscher was covering the down the line shot.
It's love 15. Fine winner that time for Teltscher. You know, interesting, John. I think Teltscher might have hit 2 of his best first serves of the match. First 2 points of this game.
This approach shot is too short. Wilkison knew the cross court was open, so he had to move that way to cover the cross court. Teltscher, unfortunately, knew that also.
So it is 30-15, and Elliott Teltscher now 2 points away from winning the championship here in the Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic. Somehow I just don't think Wilkison will give it to him. He's going to have to go out and get it himself. That's the way the match has been. Here comes Wilkison to the net. Yeah, and Teltscher really did deserve that time. Played it very, very well.
Well, Teltscher, he has the chance to make a clean passing shot. Instead, he doesn't elect to. He hit the ball cross court with top spin and low, and then was ready for the next shot to make the pass off.
And that brings us to match point now for Elliott Teltscher. He has served in large part to the forehand of Tim Wilkison, but for one brief time here in the second set. And tries to do that again. Tries to put it right on the center line. Missed by a few inches that time. Second service coming now. Wilkison comes right in behind it.
Oh, he was way on top of the net.
Oh. And Teltscher, just with a great shot that time, wins the match. Just an outstanding victory for Elliott Teltscher, and he beat a good player in Tim Wilkison to do it. Teltscher wins the second set 6-3. He won the first set 7-6. And Elliott Teltscher is the champion of the Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic here on Apollo Beach on the island of Maui.
So Elliott Teltscher is the singles champion here on Maui, but the doubles competition, little bonus coverage for you. I think it's considered a fact that Peter Fleming, John McEnroe, probably, if not the best, certainly one of the top 2 or 3 doubles teams in the world. But they're going to get all they want today from a couple of real bombers, really huge guys, Victor Amaya and Hank Pfister.
They are, and they're very good doubles players too, Barry. They have won the French doubles championship. They are capable of beating Fleming and McEnroe. They're 6'4" is Pfister, and Amaya is about 6'6". They both serve very hard, difficult to get their serves back. And of course, up the other end of the court, you've got Peter Fleming, who's 6'4" himself. So John McEnroe will feel like a midget out there.
Biggest problem today, of course, is going to keep the balls around. We're going to have a lot of really hard serves all day long. McEnroe and Fleming, as we mentioned, a known quantity. They've been together for a while. Very tough to beat.
They've become an excellent combination playing doubles together. They both serve well, they move well at the net, and when they get their returns of serve going, they make it very tough for their opponents.
Could really be a tough match, I think, and I really do think Pfister and Amaya are going to give McEnroe and Fleming just everything they want, and maybe a little bit more. We'll be back to pick up the action in the doubles final right after this.
Being there together, it's still the best. Our job is helping you get there. Western Airlines can take you to all the places you've always dreamed about. Hawaii, Mexico, the Bahamas. And now we're going to London non-stop from Anchorage and direct from Honolulu.
Let your travel agent in Western save you money on airfares, hotels, just about everything. We can help you have that vacation you never thought you could afford this year.
That's the Western way.
It's all up to you, and you're gonna do it.
Ben, I'm leaving. Oh, right. Listen, I got a chance to start my own shop. Thank you for everything.
Give that man a blue ribbon. Give that man a blue ribbon.
'Cause that's the way of saying that you're really most impressed. Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer.
Let's now pick up the action in the first set. I really missed that one badly. Handcuffed John McEnroe that time. Pfister holds his service. We're squared at 6, and we will now go to a tiebreaker.
Games are 6-all. We'll now play the tiebreaker. First team to 7 points by a margin of at least 2 will win the game and the set.
John McEnroe will be the first man to serve in the tiebreaker. Serving to Hank Pfister. And another one of those almost. He didn't miss by much on the center line.
I think that this tiebreak's almost going to be a matter, Barry, of whoever gets the most first serves in probably come out and win it.
Victor Amaya serving to John McEnroe now. Amaya and Pfister lead 1-love. And a clear winner for John McEnroe that time.
As I was saying, they never return the first
That's
serve
right.
well.
Except sometimes.
You knew that'd put the jinx on it.
It's 1-all.
Every time you say a guy's serving well, he double faults.
And there was a good service by Victor Amaya. 2-1, Amaya and Pfister.
2-1. Amaya and Pfister.
That serve of Amaya, as if he could be consistent with that, is literally impossible to return, I would think, unless you just cheat so much that...
Well, that was a great return from Amaya.
So it's 3-1, and now Fleming and McEnroe have their backs to the wall.
Pfister calling out to Amaya, then get back on the first serve. Defensive position. Peter checking the wind on the ball toss. He hasn't been serving from this end.
And a good first service by Peter Fleming. It's 3-2. The serve now goes to Hank Pfister, who will be serving to John McEnroe. And that time McEnroe called out, and Fleming did not play the shot. We're 3-all.
It's a good shot from Fleming when you're up against a big guy like Amaya. Sometimes better just to hit it straight at their body.
Just try to handcuff him.
Yeah. Big guys playing tennis usually don't handle the ball as well. It's coming straight at them as the one where they can get a bit of swinging room.
Credit a good return of service to Peter Fleming that time. That was a very good first serve by Hank Pfister, but Fleming handled it easily.
That was a lucky shot from Fleming in the end. A half volley from three-quarter court. Ended up a lob, forcing the error.
So now the advantage goes to the team of McEnroe and Fleming. It is 4-3, McEnroe and Fleming leading, but they have the service now. And with that goes the edge. A little too long.
Good volley. Wow, a couple of great volleys they picked up. Low one from McEnroe.
5-3, McEnroe Fleming.
So that puts McEnroe and Fleming very much in the driver's seat here. It is 5-3.
Well, this is a key point right here. Pfister can come up with a good return, win the point. They're back in the point situation on serve. If he doesn't, they'll be down 3 set points. Just missed.
And it was out. And Pfister's going to scream about that, but I think it was out.
It was definitely out.
We'll take another look at it here. I don't think there was any question about it.
No, it was called out.
The call was good.
Oh, no.
No.
I don't believe this.
And that incurs the wrath of John McEnroe.
Well, he's...
This far out. He called the ball out. Now it's 6-3. It's 6-3. The ball was out. But he saw the ball in. It didn't. Did? Because this idiot quit.
now McEnroe and Pfister are at it. It's like you're saying, John. I mean, McEnroe is the eternal competitor. I'm not making excuses for him in the way he acts. He does act infantile sometimes, but nonetheless, he's a great competitor. And the fact is, the ball was out.
Yeah.
Pfister turns it into a winner. Peter Fleming serving to Hank Pfister. It's at 6-6, both in points and in games here in the first set. These are the doubles finals.
Good serve.
Perfect first service right near the center line. You would almost have to say it would be poetic justice if Fleming and McEnroe did manage to win the first set. And Hank Pfister will serve to John McEnroe. Service ace ties it at 7. Have to wait. I saw it out, but
8-7.
So John McEnroe serving for the first set here. 8-7 in the tiebreaker, 6-6 in games. McEnroe serves to Amaya. And there is the first set to Fleming and McEnroe. And it was not a set without controversy. We'll be back with more doubles competition from the Island Holidays Tennis Classic right after this message.
Aloha's got discount airfares for everybody, and our special family fare is just one of them. When you purchase one full fare adult ticket, the rest of your family can fly at a great discount. And with Aloha, budget rented cars got a special family fare too. Look for this poster at your travel agent and find out all about Aloha's great discount fares. Or call Aloha Airlines and let our spirit move you.
There's a spirit that lives on in this bottle. The spirit that was born in the original Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. The beer that was selected America's best. That's the spirit that goes into brewing every glass of Pabst Blue Ribbon today. That's what makes us proud to say to you, give that man a blue ribbon.
Let's move ahead now to the third set. So the team of Amaya and Pfister now down a break, trailing 5-2 here in the deciding set. Hank Pfister will serve to Peter Fleming. Very long that time. Pfister's had his troubles here in the third set. Hit that one long. And it's 15-30, so Fleming and McEnroe now just 2 points away from taking the match.
Well, Maya's put the signal up to cross again. He'll do another signal here, but I don't think he'll cross. No, he's given the closed fist, which means he won't cross.
And a winner from John McEnroe. So it is not only break point, it is match point now for McEnroe and Fleming.
15-40.
Sort of a strange serve to do at that time, Barry. A short serve to the forehand. That's the match.
And Pfister hits it out. Game, set, and match to the team of McEnroe and Fleming. They win the final set 6-2 and win the doubles championship here at the Island Holidays Tennis Classic. 7-6, 6-7, and 6-2. We'll be back with more from Maui right after this message.
When John Newcombe comes to Hawaii to play tennis, where does he head? Straight for the neighbor islands and the championship courts at AmFac Resorts. Here's why. We've got some of the best equipped tennis facilities in all the islands. Top pro instructors and pro shops. Clinics, tournaments, ball throwing machines, the works. The 11-court Royal Lahaina Tennis Ranch on spectacular Ka'anapali Beach, Maui is a good example. You won't find a more modern or extensive tennis complex anywhere in Hawaii. Then there's the Cocoa Palms on Kauai, with its 2,000 coconut trees, lazy lagoons, and 9 championship tennis courts. If you're heading toward the Big Island, we have 2 hotels on the Kona coast offering perfect playing weather and 9 beautiful courts. When you go to Hawaii, tell your travel agent you want to play where the pros play. AmFac Resorts, Hawaii.
Well, that just about wraps it up from the Island Holidays Tennis Championships here in Maui. And John, 2 outstanding matches, both in singles and doubles.
They really were. I enjoyed them all. It was a long time to sit there, Barry, but it was fun, and all the players were competitive. We saw players of different nature, you know, some temperamental and some competitive in other ways. And it was a lot of fun, though.
Once again, great to work with you, John Newcombe. And for John Newcombe, I'm Barry Tompkins saying aloha from the Royal Lahaina Stadium in Ka'anapali Beach, Hawaii. Western Airlines, with all DC-10 spaceship service to Hawaii, has brought you the 7th Annual Island Holidays Pro Tennis Classic.